Welcome to Superstitions, Traditions, and Definitions. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Carol.
It's superstitions today.
Fantastic. Can't wait.
I know.
What are we superstitioning about?
Unicorns.
Shut up.
Who doesn't love a unicorn?
I don't know. Somebody.
Oh,
Probably. I don't know.
they're not smart.
Unicorns aren't smart?
The people that don't love them.
Gotcha. Right.
Everybody should love a unicorn.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Even though they don't exist.
Says who? I know a unicorn.
No, you don't either.
I do too. I talk to a unicorn often.
How so?
Instagram.
I don't think that counts.
It does.
It doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. You're full of it.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Pretty
Nope.
full.
Nope.
Explain them.
I just did.
No, you didn't really.
I talked to a unicorn through Instagram. The unicorn lives in the Indus Valley, California.
I don't think so. But anyway, what do you got for us?
All right, fine. I have unicorns.
Okay, thanks for joining us. That's all we've got.
Unicorns are real.
Okay, they're
fine.
rhinoceroses. That's what they are. Yep.
No.
They got a horn.
They do. They
Okay.
do. They have one.
Yeah.
One horn. Unicorns have existed for a long time. Have existed. Did you hear that?
I did hear that. That doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't mean it's true just because it came out of your mouth.
It does too. I do lots of research.
Oh, great.
So I know stuff.
You might have done some wrong research then.
I don't think so.
You read something and somebody lied to you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So they originated in the Indus Valley civilization around 2300 BC. This area is like Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, kind of that area. That's that.
India is rather far from Pakistan. Okay.
It's a huge area.
It is, but okay, go on. We will just be done with my knowledge of geography and we'll just go on with whatever you're saying.
So the area spans
the span of
from
Pakistan to
India.
And everything in between.
Everything.
So that's pretty vague, but okay.
So
it just is.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You have a general idea.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay. You sure?
All
right. So these were the first to mention unicorns.
Gotcha.
In 400 BC, Tasius, a Greek historian, he wrote all about the unicorns in his book.
Was he a heavy drinker?
Indica.
Probably was a heavy drinker. Probably shit that he saw when he was on a bender.
Well, he said that they were swift wild asses. Half the size of a horse.
Swift wild asses.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good Friday night. Okay.
Half the size of a horse.
So it was a dog.
Had
big dog.
No, maybe more like a donkey or a mule.
They're not swift.
They can be when they need to be. A deer, a gazelle, an antelope. They're half the size of a
turkey,
horse and very
a chimpanzee.
Swift.
We can throw all kinds of stuff.
We can.
Okay.
We can.
Okay. All right.
So he also said, and I know he was absolutely right.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely right. They had purple heads, white bodies, blue eyes, with a horn
Okay.
that was a cubit and a half long, that was white at the base, black in the middle, and red at the tip. He saw it.
Uh-huh.
A whole herd of them, probably.
Yeah, when he was hammered.
Sure.
When he was hammered.
He was out there in 400 BC, just roaming in the Indus Valley civilization, and stumbled herds and herds of these, and wrote all about them.
Have we ever found any fossils or anything?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have.
All the time.
I don't recall
Constantly.
this. I don't recall this.
Constantly digging up.
Nope.
They are in every museum.
Nope.
Every single museum in the history of museums has a unicorn fossil. I don't know how you've missed it.
Big fat liar.
So, for the Americans, us Americans, that is 2 foot, a little over 2 foot horn. That's a pretty good sized horn.
Sure.
They appeared in early Mesopotamian artwork. They were depicted in carvings, often in sculptures, and even in the seals they use, because they're real and were everywhere.
Where are they now?
Where are dodos now?
Well, we have pictures of dodos. They really did walk the earth.
Where are dinosaurs?
We have fossils.
Who says we don't have fossils
of unicorns? Never seen one.
Because you weren't paying attention in all the
museums.
No,
but I am. I am paying attention. No such thing.
They were written about in texts. They were associated with strength and purity.
We write about fairies, but they're not real. I know you think they are. I can't.
Would you stop? Gnomes are real. I have a bunch.
I know.
They act up.
Yeah.
So it is believed that the descriptions are based on the Arabian oryx, which are kind of like an antelope creature.
Gotcha.
That has you've seen them at the zoo. They're like brown with white colored, black stripes, big, huge, weird looking horns. But there's 2 on these,
and those are real.
I don't. They had maybe an injury. Maybe there was an injury, and he fell into some paint, and that's what Cesare saw.
No,
it happened. So it's believed that the descriptions are kind of based on this Arabian oryx with the 2 horns, but maybe there was like an oryx injury and it lost a horn.
Because that happens.
And he fell into paint.
No.
And dyed his head purple and his body white.
No.
It happens.
It do not.
All the time out there.
Never has happened.
All the time out there.
In the history of the world.
In the plains of the Indus Valley.
Nope.
Lots of just buckets of paint, purple paint laying around.
Wrong.
For these little
purple didn't exist back then.
To stick their head in.
Nope.
And it possibly the Indian rhinoceros. That was another theory of where they got the idea of unicorns.
Right.
Indian, because you know how slim and horse-like they look.
Not really, but go ahead.
Or, maybe there's a possibility that the Indian rhinoceros and the Arabian oryx had babies together.
I doubt it. It's cross species. I don't think it'll work.
Maybe it did.
No.
You don't know.
I do.
Maybe they fell in love.
No. I'm pretty smart.
They lived happily
I know
ever
that
after.
This is not a thing. And they didn't just leave gallons of purple paint around for horses to stick their heads in and then get a horn.
Well, how else? Then you explain. You explain where he got his description. What was he looking at up there?
Oh, I've drank a lot and seen things that weren't there. So I'm gonna go with the alcohol.
All right.
Maybe hallucinogens and alcohol. You got him some.
You think he had a good time?
I think he had to have. Probably took him a couple days to sleep it off. Come on.
I have drank a few times in my life.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about, though, huh?
And never did I see a purple-headed unicorn.
Did you ever go pro drinking?
I could drink you under the table, I promise.
Doubt that.
I promise.
Very much.
I promise you, I am a good drinker.
Says this girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll give that a try.
Okay.
We'll have to record that.
We're going to record it.
We may as well.
I did record it one day and posted it on Instagram. You can hear my niece in the background going, "Wow, Mimi, you're really good at taking shots." Thanks.
No, I look forward to our drinking outing. That'll be fun.
Outing.
Well, inning, if you want to call it, whatever.
Yeah. We drink out for a minute and then finish at home.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay. We'll just have to play with that.
I want to not ruin my career with a DUI.
But you want a night in county?
Yes. I would prefer a night in county be something that's not going to ruin my career.
Probably
like
anything. Oh, yeah. They would not frown upon that, would they?
They're fine with that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sure.
You might be full of it. Don't ruin your career.
All right.
Just avoid the night in county. Okay.
All together?
Yeah.
I can't.
I think you should just read up on other people's accounts, firsthand accounts. Then it's like you're there.
I have firsthand accounts. My sister had a fantastic time. She learned Spanish and how to thread eyebrows, and she had an incredible time in county. She made new besties.
I'll bet so.
You know how much I love friends. And meeting new people.
Friends.
I
Yes.
love having people I'm responsible for like communicating with and stuff. It makes me so happy.
No, you can talk a bunch of smack, but I know that's not so. But if you drink enough that you see a purple-headed horse thing with a horn, your ass should be in county. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know it's true.
I agree with that. So the Persians, they had in their mythology, they had unicorn-like creatures.
Mythology, as in not real.
That is not what mythology means.
That is what mythology means.
Stop it with your nonsense.
How is that nonsense? It's the most sense.
Stop
ever.
it with your sense.
I can't help it.
Stop it with your sense. So
we're back to mythology.
We're back to mythology because
Okay.
we spend a lot of time in mythology. Because that is where the thoughts of everything comes from.
We're in not realology. Fantastic. Let's hear it.
Their unicorn-like creature.
Yes.
The name of it was a carcadan.
Sure.
And if you read the description, it was probably for real rhinoceros.
I would guess so. With the horn and
the single horn, the bigger body. Anyway, it just sounds like they were. You're
giving it your all. You're giving it your all to convince us about unicorns being real. I appreciate
except the Persians.
that.
The Persians, they had the rhinoceros.
Yeah. Did it have a purple head?
No.
And a 2-foot freaking horn?
Mm-mm.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. The Chinese had their own unicorn as well.
Okay.
Called a quillin. And it was a symbol of good fortune.
Oh, yay.
They didn't like run around wild and free all the time. They only appeared.
Did they have jobs and stuff?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, but when the emperor was not a nice person, they didn't want to play in the kingdom. So they would only appear when the emperor was benevolent and
they had a nice emperor. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're going to take our ball and leave.
Yeah, and that's how you knew that the Chinese emperor was a good person.
The
quillin.
Because the quillin knew somehow.
Yeah.
The quillin had
and they would
inside information.
Mm-hmm. They would return.
Gotcha.
Medieval Europe used the image of a unicorn often in heraldy.
Sure, they did.
It was
tapestries and
yeah.
otherwise, yes.
It was a symbol of purity, protection, and peace.
It was art. Not factual. It's just art. Looked cool on this. I bet there was some little princess who said she'd like to have a horse with a big pointy horn on it so she could kill her enemies. And then that's where it came from. I bet that's how it started. I bet it is. It makes more sense to me. She liked horses, but she needed a battle horse.
Battle horse.
Battle horse.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. A battle horse.
For sure.
Coats of arms and emblems that depicted a unicorn.
Okay.
It meant that they were noble.
Oh.
Having an emblem in a coat of arms also implied nobility, but they were more serious about their nobility and their noble qualities when they threw a unicorn up there.
Oh, okay. Unicorn meant we're serious about it.
We're serious about it.
I don't know.
They were also used to convey chivalry.
Okay. I could be on board with that.
And romantic love.
Why?
I don't know. They were often depicted alongside a couple in a tapestry or the illuminated manuscripts or sculptures to symbolize a perfect union.
Okay.
When you saw a couple with a unicorn,
it meant they were imaginary too?
Perfect. It was the perfect marriage, so probably.
Imaginary. Yes. All the way.
All the way.
Gotcha. Okay. We're learning. Figuring it out.
And they believed that the alicorn had medicinal properties.
Did they catch it and chop it up? Grind the horn down to dust? I've heard of that.
Yes, actually they did.
Yeah, okay. So it's no longer a unicorn.
Well, no. Once the alicorn is off, it is just a purple-headed, white-bodied horse.
Smaller horse.
Smaller. Like a mini pony.
Like a mini pony.
But very swift. They run so fast.
Is that why we've never seen them? Because they just outrun the camera?
Because they run. They run so fast. It's hard to get a picture
right
of
off the edge of the world because they don't exist.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm just saying.
It was highly sought after.
Oh, I'm sure.
People would pay good money for one.
Are they still looking to pay that good money for one? Because there ain't one been found.
Oh, there were. There were lots. They found them.
How?
People sold them unicorn horns.
Just the horn.
Yeah.
So they cut it off of something and said, "Just a unicorn horn."
You couldn't buy a whole unicorn. That would be too expensive.
How
and hard
would you take somebody's word? Would you take somebody's word? This is a unicorn horn?
Apparently, if I lived in medieval times, yes, I would.
Okay, they hadn't learned to be suspicious of things yet.
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
No. But it was believed that it was a magical antidote
to what?
All poisons.
Oh, everything.
It was the antivenom for any poisonous substance.
Marvelous.
Yes.
Indeed.
And if you stirred water with the alicorn, it would instantly purify the water.
Okay. How do we know that?
They tested it, obviously.
Well, I mean,
this is medieval Europe. They weren't just running around making up nonsense.
Are you sure?
Because
they might have been.
No.
I think they were.
Everything was scientifically proven.
I think it was all lies.
Because you know how much they knew about science and loved it back then.
Yes.
It could also cure a variety of ailments.
Such as?
If they stabbed you with it,
could cure you of living.
Black Death.
So it kept you from the black. Did you walk with it out in front of you?
Probably.
Okay, to make sure that, hey, stay away.
That's what the
doctors, the plague doctor, the plague mask.
Mm.
That's what Janine's going to be for Halloween. Not like, it's a plague doctor costume. She's not going to go looking for the plague. And she doesn't have the plague. So, good girl.
It is out there.
Not here.
No, but it is out there.
Sure. Well, I believe that.
It is out there. She can find it if she really wanted to.
Probably doesn't really want to.
No, probably not.
She just wants to live and marry my son and all that.
Do all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. In literary works,
they
used illuminations of unicorns in romance and chivalric tales.
Why are they romantic? Are you going to tell me?
No.
Why?
No, I don't know why. I don't know why they...
Okay. All right. You brought it up and I asked, and we've done our little dance that we normally do where I ask and you don't know.
Exactly.
Because you don't care.
I just know that somebody somewhere in medieval times decided that they were romantic.
I'd like to know why.
A symbol of romance.
Here's a flower. That's a symbol of romance. They could have made flowers instead of some made-up horse with a horn on his forehead.
Listen, they knew that unicorns were real.
Listen, you're so serious.
Because in every bestiary out there, with all the other animals, that unicorn was right there in the middle.
Doesn't matter. Made up.
Who would make up something like that?
Someone.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Snake oil salesman who's like, oh, come with me to find the elusive unicorn.
No. When you find...
Pay me.
A compendium of animals and right smack in the middle is a unicorn.
Doesn't mean anything.
You know it's real.
No. Need some proof.
That's the proof.
That is not the proof. Put one in front of me and I'll...
The book is the proof.
No. I read fiction books all the time.
But a bestiary was not fiction.
Might be.
No. It was like...
Says who?
An encyclopedia of animals.
So, somebody lied. Somebody was wrong.
Do you read the encyclopedia and question what it says?
Every day. Do you not? Do you have a set of encyclopedias at your house?
In a box somewhere, yeah.
Somewhere, yeah. Got you.
Now, Wikipedia doesn't count. I read Wikipedia sometimes and I'm like, oh.
Just for fun. Just kind of gives you some ideas of other things to go look at. I get it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, when I need an idea. There you go.
During medieval times, they sold unicorn horns. Everybody was buying the Alcorn. Everybody had one.
Are you sure everybody had one? Is that how they kept the plague at bay? Okay.
Yeah, because they did so good with that.
Right.
You know, controlling the plague.
Yes. Gotcha.
It did not. Its European tour did. I have a t-shirt that says Black Plague on the top and it's got a rat and it says European tour 1340 whatever.
Of course you do. Of course.
It makes me giggle because sometimes I wear it and they're like, oh, I've never heard of them. You need a history book then, sir.
They think it's a band? Oh, shut
up. Because it looks like a band t-shirt.
Well, okay. Lots of things look like band t-shirts, but that doesn't make it so. Black Plague.
Black Death.
Black Death. Sorry. It's like your body count t-shirt. Is that?
That's a real band.
I know that's a real band. I know who Ice-T is.
Oh, okay.
I know who those guys are.
Okay.
I dig them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have...
Anyway, sorry?
I have lots of band t-shirts.
Oh, so do I.
But the Black Death was not one. That is a history t-shirt.
Yeah, it is a history. We need more history t-shirts, don't we?
I have several history t-shirts.
Well, I don't. I have band t-shirts.
I have history t-shirts because they make me giggle because it's like cryptic history t-shirts. And then people mistake the Black Death for a band.
For a band. Maybe there should be a band called Black Death.
I'm sure there is somewhere.
There probably is somewhere. They just haven't made it big yet.
Not yet.
I have my Jesus and Pontius Pilate shirt on today.
Oh,
I know. And it's in Japanese, Chinese
something.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
It is cool.
Thank you.
I'm cute but feral today.
You are cute but feral every day.
I am cute but feral every day.
Every day, not just today.
Not just today. Every day, all of the days.
Look at you being all feral about your fake unicorns.
Yep.
You gonna show your teeth here in a minute?
No,
you're not gonna bite me. Try to get your point across.
I'm gonna tell you what where they found the unicorn horns.
Okay.
You want to guess? If you were a unicorn horn, where would you be?
I would probably be on some other real animal.
Yeah, a narwhal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where they got them?
Yeah,
narwhal. They cut them off the narwhals.
Uh-huh.
It's not that I saw that coming, but I kind of freaking saw that coming. Yeah, a little bit.
No, you really thought that they cut them off the unicorn.
Yes, I did. This whole conversation, we've been talking about my love of the true unicorn.
Right. The purple-headed.
You weirdo.
Uh-huh. I know. Yeah. So during the Renaissance, the legend and belief in unicorns continued in popularity.
Gotcha.
Because, they were also super realistic at that time. Back.
Okay.
Uh-huh. They symbolized purity and grace. And they were depicted in tapestries and paintings and lots of things.
So were other things.
They were.
Yes. Okie doke.
Real things, like peacocks.
They are real.
They were also.
I mean, they are an odd-looking bird.
They are a beautiful bird.
They are. I mean, well, they don't look like, a chickadee. They are an extravagant bird that if they didn't exist and you looked at them and they were extinct, you looked back in history, you might go, that never happened. They didn't have a bird with all these freaking feathers and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Actually.
But thankfully we have them because they are so lovely.
And if you ever hear one scream at you,
you will never forget it.
That they were imaginary. Because it is an angry cat, angry baby, combined type of scream, and
you'll never forget it.
You will never forget it.
You will never forget it.
You will wish they were imaginary. I'm sure that's unicorns cried like that too.
You'll wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night hearing that scream, but not the unicorn scream because there was none.
That is probably why there aren't any. They probably screamed like the peacocks, and people just started taking them out.
I mean, you would want to, wouldn't you? Yeah.
And there are
take you out.
There are no alcorns because they grinded them down for their medicinal properties.
The
not witchcraft.
No.
The medicinal properties. They had water to purify and black plague to cure.
Now, your horn that you used to keep the plague at bay, did you use that one to stir your water to purify it, or did you have a couple of horns?
No. They were hard to come by.
I'm sure they were, but I might keep them separate. If I had this one out here keeping the plague away from me, what if it all absorbed into that fake horn?
That's not how magic works.
It could be. You don't know. How magical are you? You're not.
That is not what I've been told.
I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings, but as your friend, I have to tell you the truth. Zero magic. Just a lot of charm.
That's magic.
No. Not a lucky charm.
I am a lucky charm.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Quit playing dumb.
You're trying to say I'm not a witch.
You're not a witch.
But
you might grow crap in your house, and you might have all kinds of herbs, and you might have made me a thing to hang on my doorknob to keep evil spirits away, but that doesn't make you a witch. It just makes you crafty. Get over it.
Now how am I going to be hung in the gallows?
Knighton County, and you want to be hung as well. Seek therapy. Jesus Christ, what the hell?
Who's going to throw me in the water and tied up and see if I
don't know. We'll find somebody. See if you sink. Oh my God. Not a
ruining
witch.
it.
Not a
ruining
witch.
it.
I'm sorry.
Huh.
Okay, moving right
I never
along.
claimed to be a witch.
I know, but that was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I was told. I've been told a few times.
Well, witch or bitch? I mean, because
that's what I asked that at first. Did I?
Did I hear you right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not a witch. I'll take
whatever.
Bitch. That's okay.
Whatever.
I'm
be
happy
both.
to. Yeah.
I'm happy with both.
Right.
In Celtic folklore, unicorns
Celtic,
were.
you mean?
The basketball team very well could like unicorns too.
I bet they don't.
Okay.
So the Celts.
The Celts, Celtic folklore, not the basketball team.
Not the basketball team. Leave Boston out of it, babe.
Okay, I will this time.
All right, I'm sure.
This time.
I'm sure Massachusetts.
They probably do.
They probably do. Go. What are you talking about with the Celts?
They loved the unicorn. They featured them often.
Did they cook them over a spit?
No.
Oh.
That was the peacocks.
Oh, okay. The peacocks roasted them over a spit?
No. The
Clarify.
The Celts roasted the peacocks over for their peacock vows.
I see.
Yeah. But the unicorn symbolized their most valued character traits. Resilience, innocence, strength, and purity.
And fakeness?
No, they were very much real.
Oh.
Yeah. Because, the not basketball team, they were super serious about their folklore and their mythology, and it was all based on real stuff that they had actual physical proof of.
Or that they didn't.
There were books written about
stuff. They
didn't
have a unicorn.
Everything.
No. I refuse to believe it.
It was so loved by them that the unicorn became the symbol of Scotland. Wonderful. Due to their Celtic roots.
Yes.
And in the 12th century, King William I of Scotland used the unicorn in his royal coat of arms.
Well, good for him. Is this all unicorn?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
King James III made the unicorn a more prominent symbol of Scotland in the 15th century by not only using it in the royal coat of arms, but also on all the coinage.
Okay, well, he would have the authority to do such things, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets to make decisions and pass the laws and stamp the coins. And
stamping the coins.
I mean, he is not stamping
them. The power's at.
Yeah, not stamping them with any fictional character.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Continue.
In 1603.
Okay.
The Scottish royal arms featured a shield held by 2 unicorns.
Why were they holding a shield?
Protection.
Was it just aesthetically pleasing?
Resilience. And because there were always shields on coats of arms.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So King James the Sixth was ruler of Scotland at the time.
Okay.
He was also a cousin to Elizabeth I of England.
I think they're all related, aren't they?
Probably.
In one way or another.
They like to mix and mingle.
A little bit.
But not outside of their line.
Right.
Yeah. So King James the Sixth, great-grandpa, was Elizabeth I's grandpa. Henry VII. Okay. Is how they were all related. Elizabeth, we all know, had no children.
Right. None
that we can talk about. None that was recognized. There's theory that she had a baby or 2 out there.
Yeah. Did you ever see Anonymous? I know we talked about it at one point. You should watch it. I think you would find it.
I probably would.
Crazy interesting.
There are lots of theories about her having babies.
Yes. But nobody could know.
And nobody could know because she was unwed.
Yes.
Because that is how you get the power as a woman. So, whenever Elizabeth died, he was next in line for the English throne. He was also he was the Scottish crown.
Right.
So, that's the 2 were combined but separate. They were combined under one crown, but separate kingdoms for another 100 years. It was 100 years before they combined Parliament. Right. Whenever he acquired England, he changed the Scottish royal arms took one of the unicorns away and put a lion in to represent England.
Now, I've seen lions.
Yes.
They exist.
They are real. Mm-hmm. Not in England.
Well, nobody said they were in England.
Then why did they like them so much? They
must just think, hey, that's cool looking. Mm-hmm. I'll get me one of them.
So this...
Do they not have zoos in England?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. And there was probably a lion or two in a zoo in England.
I'm sure.
So this is still the royal coat of arms of Scotland.
Okay.
And it's what, 420 years old. And the national animal of Scotland is not a lion. It is a unicorn. Mm. That is their animal.
Well, they can have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Enjoy. With everyone's blessing.
They are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it is such an important animal.
To them.
In the Scotlands.
In the Scotlands?
Mm-hmm.
There are more than one Scotland?
Probably. Okay. It's a country. I mean, there's townage and stuff. So, yeah.
Yes.
So, yes.
Gotcha.
Why is that their national animal?
I don't know.
I mean, I know why. It's because of the folklore and things and associated with.
And why not?
The unicorn.
Wrong with having it.
And it is symbolic.